you guys, this is going to be a soul connection energy reading for this week of March the 5th through the 11th, 2018. So this is a general energy reading, excuse me, in relations to a connection between you and another person. So whoever it is that you have on your heart and on your mind. One thing that I don't mention, and I need to mention it more often, is sometimes you can have someone specific in mind, but it may resonate with someone else that you weren't even thinking about. And it could be that Spirit's trying to point your attention towards that energy for a reason. Keep in mind, though, this is not a personal reading, so it's not always expected to resonate, whether it's resonating partially or fully or just not at all. Keep in mind, it's not tapping into just one specific person's energy. But if you guys are interested in this very same reading, I do offer it on my website, the Soul Connection Energy Reading. It's more full and in-depth than this one. It's kind of just a snippet of that reading. Also, if you guys are interested in any other reading with me, check out my website. I have an abundance of them. Emergency readings with me. You can get a full and in-depth emergency reading within 24 hours for $45. If you guys want something just quick in general, or you just need one question answered, you guys can hit me up on Instantgo. It's a mobile app. I take text message readings there, video chat readings, and phone call readings there as well. If you guys want to follow me on social media, please do so. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and see what's up with your energy and this person's energy combined. What type of energy is that creating mentally, emotionally, physical, chemistry, and how you'll be, interacting with each other, or what the energy is going to be. What you guys are going to create overall. What are you going to see? What are you going to be experiencing this week as a result of where you guys are with those three factors? Happy. That came out in the other reading. His energy for you. Time to go came out in her energy reading for you. No place like home. Unfinished symphony. With here and now. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and tune into these cards, and I will use tarot just to get more in depth. But as far as the mental energy that you both are creating based upon your thoughts, is happy. Okay? Literally, happy. I feel like you guys are interconnected, and no matter what, I feel like when you think about this person, it may outweigh the positive thoughts, or the happy thoughts outweigh, the fears, the anxieties, the worries, or any negative thought ever could, is kind of what I'm getting with that. The vibe I'm getting is very lighthearted. It could be due to communication, like no matter what will always be cool. Maybe it's based upon the conversations that you already have or had in the past. Okay, so you have the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles that all wanted to come out together. So I feel like the connection is always going to stand. It could even be, you've invested a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of patience into this, or maybe working on yourself. So regardless of it, you'll be happy within yourself, and, perhaps they'll be happy within themselves based upon what, how much they've learned from you or the connection, and as far as how much they've grown and how much they've worked on themselves in relation to this. Maybe they've realized it and you've realized it. So it's kind of unlocking, personal happiness, individual happiness I'm getting. Not so much, it could be that you'll have those positive thoughts, like, the first thing that I picked up, but I feel like it's more, individually being happy within yourselves and being grateful for the experience or the connection. But time to go, emotionally, this is where your heart is at, and their heart, and what it's creating together is, and that was in her energy for you in the same position, the heart position, the emotional position. So it could be that, the feminine energy or her energy is more dominant, whoever carries that feminine energy this week. Is more dominant in the emotions. It could even be influencing the masculine side of the energy, or his energy, if you want to call it that. Whoever's carrying that energy this week, it's dominating and kind of, influencing their energy emotionally. So it could be that both of you share this energy of stepping into the unknown, that it's time to leave the past behind, whether that's together or separately. But nonetheless, it's time for stability. It's time for a change. It's time for, structure or restructuring. Let's see. Okay, Ace of Wands and the King of Cups. So an inspiration, in the matters of the heart, it could be just inspired to, I'm just going to say, get your shit together, individually or together. It could be someone realizes their feelings and want to act upon those feelings. Then you got the Two of Cups at the bottom. So mutual, I feel like you both feel the same way about where you stand with each other, or just you feel the same, like, it's time to start over in life. It's time for me to step into the unknown, and leave the past behind and start a new beginning. Regardless if I can see the bigger picture or not, I'm going to step into this new future. It's kind of like with the Five of Wands, it could be just trying to overcome the past, overcome any challenges of the past. And like you're competing with your older self, like, I'm going to prove that I can do better. And I feel like it's more of an individual thing, because the Four of Pentacles comes out. So some of you guys may be stubborn. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm not going to fight this anymore. I'm just going to leave what doesn't serve me behind, even if that means this person. Sexual chemistry, physical chemistry is no place like home. So you guys, your chemistry is very, very, well matched, where you feel like this person and you are just you guys vibe well together. And I'm not really getting a sexual energy from this. I'm just getting just chemistry wise, spiritual wise. The Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords comes out. So maybe this person has helped you realize your biggest fears, and maybe triggered you to the point so much so that you trust this person, you trust in why they're here. You feel like regardless of the struggles, it's a gift to have this person in your life, and vice versa, that they've given you a lot of valuable things. They've shown you a lot, and they've purged or helped you to purge a lot. So the connection that you have, or the chemistry, is more, unspoken. It's more of a subtle energy, and you just feel comfortable in that energy. It's like a home, just, like you've slept in this bed for forever. Like, you're used to the bed, how it feels, your body's adjusted to it. It's kind of like that. Like, you're just used to it. You can just go there anytime you need. There's no shame when you're at home. You can just loosen up and be yourself. So with this person, they're like that for you, or they represent that, and you represent that for them more than likely. So the Six of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Swords comes out. So there's obvious sexual chemistry, but there's, again, this separate, this let me back off vibe. And I feel like you're always in your head. So some of you may have not even had sex with this person. Maybe it's just a thought. Maybe it's an attraction that's obvious, or you're aware that you're attracted to this person, or they're aware that they're attracted to you, or you're both aware. But with the Three of Wands, it's like this still waiting, or you haven't gotten to that point, or maybe you have other partners. Both of you are possibly in your head, or one of you in your head about it. So I'm not getting actual sexual energy. It's more of an attraction more than anything. So how you'll be, interacting, or what your energy is going to be together, is unfinished symphony. So there's some things that need to be discussed or said in order to start a new beginning. Maybe you guys have to close out a chapter in order to move forward, whether it be together or separately. But there needs to be some sort of closure, and there's some things that are left unsaid. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant, it could be that this is what you need. There's something that needs to be expressed. Maybe the feminine energy or whoever carries that energy has to be the one to say something in order for a shift to occur within your connection, whether it leads to you being single or leads to you being with this person, or whether it leads to letting the situation go and freeing yourself and healing yourself so that you can fully be prepared and ready to step into a stable, committed bond with someone. Okay? Maybe, yeah, so it could be getting out of the friend zone for some of you. It could definitely be that. I got that in her energy reading for you, that, you know, it could be casual dating or friendship or just an acquaintance, and then, you know, freeing that energy up or giving something up, letting something go, or maybe it's just learning to move on and not really need closure, but someone feels like something needs to be said, or maybe Divine Spirit is probing one or the other to communicate so that there can be closure. And this card came out a lot in the hurt energy for you, the Tower, and then we have the Two of Wands. So someone needs to make a decision, and it could definitely shift things between the both of you. Like, there's going to be a major shift, and it tells me that here, and Divine Spirit is in charge of it. You have a lot of major arcana cards. So Divine Spirit is definitely encouraging someone to make a move, and then the World is at the bottom, so that pretty much signals or signifies something that needs to end and move forward so that you can have a reward. There's some sort of reward in the end of all of this. At the same time, there's a beginning that occurs. So I'm going to ask Divine Spirit, what is the advice here in this situation? Excuse me, sorry. Obviously, so you have chemistry with, there's a strong magnetic attraction with love yourself first. So in spite of this, some of you guys, it's going to be hard. So in spite of this strong attraction you feel and the pull and, you know, the signs and the synchronicities and the dreams and all those other good things that, you know, kind of confuse you whether or not this is something you need to move towards or this is someone you're supposed to be with or not. Those pullings, they're hard to, you know, ignore and deny. But it's like Spirit's telling you, you know, overall, you have to respect you first and you have to put yourself first in this connection, because sometimes, you know, it's about the other person a lot of times. And I've said this before, you know, I get to see the views. Obviously, I see how many people views what, obviously, and anyone that's watching this, but I get to see the comparison, you know, obviously. I see who views how much, not exactly specifically a person, but just what the majority of my viewers are watching when it comes to these readings, and it's more about his energy. So it's in more than her energy. Sometimes even more than the connection itself. It's like you just want to know about the other person. And we're not viewing, it's not the equal amount of, you would think, like, okay, let me check whether you're his energy or whether you're her energy. Let me check my energy, and then let me check the other person's energy and see what's up with that, and then the connection itself. But now everybody's like, let me check. And I know majority of my viewers are women, so his energy is going to be more popping, and I see that, and it's like, the hell with me, I don't care what's going on with me. I halfway care about where the connection is going. I just want to know where he's at with me. And it's like, how effective is that? How is that going to benefit you? Because, you know, connections, whether it's going to be a lifelong partnership or it's temporary or it's going to lead to a romantic situation or not, every connection we have in our life it's a mirror for us. It's something that we need for ourselves. Whether this person triggers us in a way where they make us feel good about ourselves and highlight all of our good qualities, or whether they show us things about ourselves that we don't want to face, things that we need to heal. Everyone is a mirror to us. Some people are more stronger catalysts than others to us. So it's never about the other person. As much as we like to believe that love is all about one person, that energy has to, come from within first and then without. And I feel like that's what Spirit's saying. Like, the connection is so strong with some people. Some people we meet, we have those strong connections. But it's more, okay, so what about this is about me, or what do I need to see and respect? And it could be needing to evaluate how you see yourself. Because there's a lot of hesitation, and the hesitation could be you don't want to get involved, or you don't want to make yourself look stupid, or you're afraid to trust the unknown, or you're afraid to see what Spirit's going to show you, or it could be you're afraid of what this person thinks about you. There's some sort of hesitance, and it starts with self-love. So whatever that is that resonates with you, I feel like Spirit's telling you, take some time out to really focus on yourself and see how this connection affects you. Not so much about the other person. Kind of take the focus off of them. But if you're going to focus on them, okay, what are they showing me? How are they making me feel? Whether this is something that's good or something that's bad. What is it that they're showing me? What is it that they're teaching me? How do I feel when I'm with this person? What are the triggers? What are the signs that I'm seeing? And kind of go deeper. People get excited and get geeked up just by seeing a person's name, and that doesn't really mean much. Okay, it could be, what were you thinking before you saw his or her name? You could have been thinking about toxic relationships, and that person's name comes up, and you're like, oh my God, it's a sign that we're meant to be. But it's something else. You got to kind of ask Spirit. Maybe you were just cluttered with thoughts and just really weren't thinking. You weren't in your mind or in your head. But it could have been a sign from the universe to get your attention, or you kind of have to ask the universe or God for more clarity and answers, because we get too excited off of certain things, and half the time, if that person is on our mind a lot, or even subconsciously, we can attract those things to us, or it's something that Spirit is trying to get our attention and saying, hey, you know what, I think it's time that you address this person, or I think it's time that you address how you feel. It could be anything. So it's so much, don't focus too much on the person, but focus on them in the way that it reflects back to you, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's what Spirit's saying. In short, that's the advice that came from those two cards. So much love to you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, whoever this reading is meant for, that it'd be helpful and beneficial to you. Again, if you guys are interested in readings with me, in the description box below will be my information. Please read it carefully and thoroughly before getting a reading with me. If you guys are interested in this reading, again, this is the Soul Connection Energy reading. This is kind of like a snippet, kind of a sample of my reading. It's more full and in-depth, so if you guys are interested in that, it's on my website. Much love to you guys as always. Until the next week's reading.